I know we're told throughout our lives that stories make us who we are, and main point with that is things that happen to us and the lessons we draw from those experiences really makes up the largest portion of who we're going to be. So, with that in mind, tonight I want to tell you a story involving a lesson that I learned from my husband and also with the help of my grandmother. My husband and I got married in 2011, so we've been married for almost 3 years now. And when we first got married, he had a very minor interest in golf. He had a set of clubs that were passed down to him from his dad when his dad got his new set. He would play 9 holes very occasionally, maybe the occasional bachelor party. Nothing major, nothing I thought too much of. But as the wedding got closer, his interest started going up a little bit. Again, still nothing major, but it was something that he did have a little more interest in, to the point that I actually bought him a driver for his wedding gift. So, now, flash forward 3 years later, and I have a husband who has a full-blown golf obsession. I'm talking golf magazines, Golf Channel on the TV all the time. He's had me watch the Open, the Masters, overseas tournaments where I can't pronounce anybody's name. It's pretty much taken over. He's replaced almost, if not all, I really don't even know, of the clubs in the set that he had passed down to him. And I'll catch him watching YouTube videos or about his technique. It's an ongoing thing. So, as time goes on and his obsession grows, my frustrations have grown as well. And 14 months ago, we had our first child. We had a little boy. And after that point, I kind of assumed that, we were new family. We really were still newlyweds at the time as well. We'd be spending a lot of time together. It would be, the co-parenting. Like, we would co-parent every step of the way. And this idea of free time and the concept of golfing would kind of be pushed to the back burner. However, since the baby has been here, he has started working golf into his schedule about once every other week. He schedules a tee time, so we're looking at twice a month, which is pretty frequently, I think. And like I said, my frustrations were growing, and eventually they reached a head and got to the point where we had a major blowout about it, because I thought that he should be spending his off time with the baby and myself, and he thought that he should have some time to recharge and refresh. So after this blowout, I had a nice heart-to-heart with my grandmother, and she told me pretty much she had some similar problems with my grandfather. He actually was also very into golf, and they had 6 kids, so she definitely had her hands full at the house. And she had this expectation as well after they got married that, the golfing would slow down, he would be helping more at home, pretty much doing whatever it was that she asked him to do. And so she told me she understood my frustrations, but she also shed a new light on the situation. It's a situation that I was looking at like, I should have him home more, and it was a situation that I thought I should have control over, when in fact it was actually him telling me that he needs that time. He needs that time to refresh. And when he would come home, and when he does come home still, he does the dishes, he takes the baby, he gives me an opportunity to take a nap, which for new parents, like, sleep is, a hot commodity. And he reminded me also that, when I go and get my hair done, and I take those 2 hours to myself, and those 2 hours where I don't have to be responsible for anybody but myself, how recharged and refreshed and wonderful I feel when I come home. It's time that he needed. So, I didn't want to hear it when he was saying it. However, my grandmother, who was married for 45 years to the same man, like I said, had 6 kids and was literally till death do we part, kind of took her grandmotherly advice to open my eyes and tell me, hey, he's not doing this because he doesn't want to be around you. He's doing this to make his time around you more enjoyable. So it's one of those life lessons. We all learn them. It's part of, I think, especially being a newlywed and being human. And I have my things that I do that probably drive him bananas. But in the end, we've come to an understanding with each other, and I think that's a lot of what makes a relationship work. So I hope that you have maybe been able to learn from this experience, to give your partner the freedom to kind of have their own space and do their own thing. Not to look at it as a negative, but to see it as an opportunity to, like I said, enjoy the time that you do spend together a lot more, while still having the ability to be your own people and explore your own interests in your own time. So, like I said, I hope you learned something, and thank you.